Yo, what? Wait a minute. Do you guys hear that? Is that the sound of Christmas in the air? I'm so excited. And what better movies to watch around Christmas time than, those good family movies, those feel good, at the end of it, you're crying. You look over at your partner, you look over at your family, and you just smile with a tear in your eye, and you go, Christmas time. Guys, if you need a great family film to go and watch, I know some of the people watching this, like, what the hell is he talking about? Scrolling down to double check the title. Oh, no, my friend. You're correct. You did indeed click on the Predator Badlands movie review. And yes, indeed, it is a perfect Christmas movie. I kid you not. If you consider, a Christmas movie to be a family movie, because this is absolutely a bona fide, this is a Predator Christmas special, minus the holiday, right? Guys, I just got to see this movie, and let me just say, it's fantastic. If you're on the fence about going to see it, go and see it, please. Does it hit the same highs as, like, Alien Romulus? Of course not. Alien Romulus, I walked out of like, holy baboli. It was incredible. But this one, it's really good. This is a very good movie. I'm just going to get this out of the way, guys. If you want to know my score, I think I gave Alien Romulus a 10 out of 10 because I was so shocked and blown away by that one. This one, I'm going to give a solid 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10. That's right. And guys, again, on my scale, 10 is perfection. 9 is God tier. Maybe it should be... 10 is perfection. And then 8 is just damn good. And guys, Predator Badlands is a damn good movie. We're going to go into the negatives. We're going to go into the positives. I'm not just going to schlob on the knob of this movie for the hell of it. But guys, if you want my spoiler-free take, there you go. It's really good. I guess in terms of basic positives and negatives, again, still non-spoiler take. A few of the fights are definitely... They're very in the dark, especially the first one. Our main character, is it Keck? No, sorry, Deck. Okay, so Deck, our main Predator, is having a sort of like a practice fight with his brother, and they're like jumping around this cave. And honestly, I think this is probably the weakest fight, just because of two things. One, like I said, it's very dark, so there are certain points where I was like, I cannot tell what's going on. I can't tell who is who. Like they have a pretty big size difference, but it's so dark and they're jumping around so much, I can't really tell. And the other negative with that fight is they feel very weightless, which I kind of have that complaint a lot when it comes to CGI fights, like the Mortal Kombat movie 2 trailer. That one came out, and some of the scenes where Scorpion's jumping from rock to rock, same exact thing. It looks very weightless. Like it looks like when he's jumping up in the air, he has the weight of a balloon, and then when he jumps back down, he has the weight of like an elephant. And I don't know. It just doesn't look right. But that's it. Other than that, all the other fights, they look really good. Like there are other moments where he's fighting like this rhino. I'm not gonna remember all the names of the creatures, but Deck is fighting like this rhino with like these sort of like this Venus flytrap sort of like face, and he goes down the middle of it and he just slices it, and it's like still going past him, but he's slicing, so it's just dividing between him. God tier moment. So again, it's just that first fight. Even the final fight, not gonna spoil it, but very good fight. So just wasn't a fan of the first one. That and the Weyland-Yutani android. She does, I will say, I was worried going into this film that she was going to be kind of annoying, very like a little too talkative, because the Predator, my boy Deck, he's the main character, but he ain't really speaking English, so we got to throw an English character in here. So sure, we got to have the android. Sorry, synth. I'm not good with the lore. I was just worried that she was going to talk way too much, but they kind of skid along that line where she's saying, it's more in her dialogue. There's a couple of lines that she has They're just very sort of basic, overdone. You know, the typical, she's trying to get Deck to take her along with him because, you know, she doesn't have her legs anymore. And she gives the whole, like, I need you and you need me, that kind of speech. And it's like, hot damn, I've heard that speech like a million times. But, like, if that's the worst of it, then it ain't that bad. And yeah, again, in terms of positives, oh my word, the ending, just, there's so much good stuff in this one. So yeah, guys, go and see that, 8 out of 10. Okay, so now we're getting into spoilers. Spoilers, baby, let's go. Normally I would talk about a little bit of the story before getting into spoilers, but hot damn, the first 5 minutes of this movie, we get things going. Like I said, you know, we have the fight between Deck and his brother Khalif or something like that. And they're like training to fight. All of a sudden, you know, their dad comes back to like the village that they got. And the dad is like, why is he alive? And it's revealed that the older brother was supposed to murder our boy Deck. Okay, I know they're called like Yautja. I cannot pronounce that, so I'm just going to keep saying Predator. The whole thing is that the Predators, they purge the weak. You know, if they're little bitches, they take them out back, shoot them in the back of the head. That's it. But the brother is like, hey, give my boy Deck a chance. Let him do, you know, a hunt or something. And Deck wanted to hunt down the thing that not even the father could kill. The Predator father dude, he's like the chief of this village. He's like, that ain't gonna happen. So he straight up puts Deck in this like barrier that he can't escape from. Then the older brother ends up sacrificing himself. The father ends up killing the older brother because the older brother let Deck get away. And Deck in his final moments, or the older brother in his final moments, sends Deck to the planet, the Badland planet, to kill the Kalik, with the whole goal being to, you know, prove himself as a predator. Skipping through a bunch of stuff, he gets on the planet. He's getting his ass kicked, my guys. He gets it kicked pretty hard. He eventually comes across the android chick. They team up, they go on a little mission. They come across this little monkey dude. The monkey dude is adorable. I mean, hey, while we're here, sell a couple marketable plushies, might as well. So we have this team of 3. And the whole time, we essentially, the main point of the story is throughout every encounter, every single battle that he comes across, he slowly learns, like Deck learns over time, it's okay to rely on other people. It's okay to have people that look out for you and that you look out for them. And that's where the family theming comes into play, because that is a massive theme. There's one night during like a campfire where she's asking like, oh, what's up with your dad and brother? That's pretty crazy. And he's talking about that. And she's like, yo, my sister's coming back. The sister comes back, but it's obviously through Weyland-Yutani, so she doesn't really give a shit about Thea. She's there to actually capture the Kalik or Kalisk. But this is where the movie gets absolutely god tier. So as Deck learns to, you know, again, be able to rely on people, we have this confrontation where the Kalik or Kalisk, whatever it's called, is captured by Weyland-Yutani. But turns out the little monkey is actually its kid. So Deck goes off, and, you know, Thea was captured by Weyland-Yutani. She's basically just going to be disassembled. Deck grabs her legs that they did eventually find, and her legs are like walking to where Thea is. And then Deck uses every single main fight to his advantage in the final fight, and it is so damn cool. So we see him go to all these different places that they were at, gathering things, making a new mask. The exploding poison needles, he uses those. The exploding worms, there's a lot of exploding stuff. But then we have the final god tier fight, which is essentially like a simulation of the final fight from the second Alien movie, Aliens. But instead of the pickup loader versus, you know, the alien, the xenomorph, we have it versus, yes, our boy Deck, which he does get some assistance from the Kalisk, whatever it's called. Either way, it's a god tier callback because it takes place in this massive like lab section. And I was a little disappointed. I was waiting for his, you know, a xenomorph to pop out, but they don't, and that's fine. That's all good. But yeah, and then in the final moment, so we have Deck. He's got his new team, his new family, dude, which consists of Thea, the little monkey, which is now a bigger monkey. So he's like a, you know, a bigger version of its mother, the Kalisk. And they literally go back to his father's village and murder his father. It is so god tier. Because he still did get a trophy. Thea's sister, the Weyland Yutani android, which they do end up killing, that's what he throws to his father and is like, hey, there's my trophy. But hey, the dad does not give him time to explain what it is. He's just like, what is this garbage? I'm gonna kill you. So yeah, that happens. He kills the dad in a god tier final moment where he rips off the dad's mask. And he's like, haha, you should totally surrender. And then he just cuts off his head. And then the big final moment is his mother shows up in the final moments. Now, I will admit, I don't know a lot about Predator lore. I don't know if it's like, yo, the mothers of Predators, oh my gosh, they're so much better. There's something like that. But there was a lot of emphasis on that being the final scene. You know, the camera panning up, they're like, who's that big ass spaceship? And he's like, it's Mother. So I'm assuming it's a big thing. I don't know though. Last thing to put out there, I mean, hey, go watch it. It's a good movie. It's a god tier movie. You know, it's an 8 out of 10. It's worth the watch. It's worth your time. Guys, let me know what you think of it when you do eventually see it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.